Hey, it's Jenny, and I am back to share a memory planner layout. We haven't done one of these in a long time. If you are new here, I print my photos on a Canon selfie printer, and I use an app called Pick Frame to get all four images on one 4x6 print. I then use this paper trimmer to cut them up, and it's perfect. The photos are ever so slightly smaller than the sizes of this happy memory keeping happy planner, but that doesn't bother me at all because, as you can see, I kind of change things up, move things around. The boxes aren't super important to me. You're going to really have a hard time finding something that's perfect just because of the nature of digital prints and things like that. But if you're a little bit more like me and you like to move things around or layer things up, this is such a great, convenient, easy, inexpensive option. I'm using the ATG adhesive to adhere this to this. For a little bit, I strayed just out of like, oh, okay, I didn't even want to deal with it because it's so big. But it is genuinely the stickiest, most long-lasting adhesive I've found, and that's saying something. I'm going to use these stickers. It's a 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Echo Park Paper. You can get them at scrapbook.com. I will link it up below for you. And that's really pretty much it for decor this week, is just these summer stickers. I thought they were absolutely adorable. And I really wanted to try my hand using something like this, like just one sheet of decorative stickers to do the entire decor for the week, because obviously it has a pretty specific theme, which is obviously summer. And I am clustering together the embellishments. So for example, you saw right there the little round swimming pool, the clouds, and then that little strip with the text. Then at the bottom, we have the sun, the bathing suit, and then the cute little flamingo tag. And then over on the left-hand side, we have the summer with the scallop. Now, you can see that obviously I'm sticking to threes for the two clusters on the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, I will add more later, but I feel like this is a little bit different given its strip and sort of a title nature. It's not really that big of a deal. I've talked about these Studio Calico labels before. They come in a gazillion colors. They're $1 a sheet. I absolutely positively love them and use them as often as I can. They're just honestly, they're perfect. They really are so easy to use in my planner, and I use them in my regular planner too, but I just love that in my memory planner I'm able to coordinate all the things. I did throw in a couple of the circles just for the more playful element and also just to change things up. And then I'm also just using all label stickers this week. I'm not doing any direct onto the page, which there's no rhyme or reason for that. That's just what I felt like doing. And that's the whole point, right? Having a good time, trying new things, enjoying myself, and maybe not for everybody else. Maybe for everybody else, it is not the point of this, but for me it is. So it works out okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and write down the things, all of the things, if you will, and then I can add more to that afterwards. But so what I mean by all the things is all the appointments, all the activities. Those are the reasons why I started memory planning in the first place. I had 3 school-age sons. I knew that we were never going to see days like this again, where we just were coming here and there and going and coming and all of the things. And so I knew that I wanted to combine all of those things and places with the photos. So that's where my memory planner was born. Most people do it a little bit differently than I do, and I'm totally okay with that. That is wonderful. I feel like memory planning is such a gift, and I'd like to see everybody do it however works for them. It just works for me right now to add the activities because that's part of what I want to remember. And I feel like these are albums or planners, if you will, that will be looked at a lot in the future. I'm just still adding some more decor. I couldn't help myself. I had a couple of other sticker sheets that I really wanted to pull from since this was such a summer-centric layout. Now I'm going to use, this is a magnetic mat and a ruler that also has a magnet on the back, and I'm going to use these to draw my journaling lines. I'm using an aqua colored mild liner. I don't always do this. Sometimes I just use my regular pen. This week I felt like adding that extra splash of color. smaller. I'm adding 2 large journaling chunks. Sometimes I do smaller, but I do find that I typically do some big spaces that offer just like an overview of kind of what went on. So this week I'm really talking about just a couple of different things, really, honestly. Just talking about those in those big blocks of journaling. But you could obviously take the smaller empty spaces and just tell little stories in those spaces. It just, for me, for whatever reason, the combination of the activities / appointments and then the photos does the bulk of the heavy lifting about telling about the week. So I feel like my feelings or my thoughts are generalized because of that. But that's just my impression. And I imagine someday that my perspective on this will change as our life changes as well. Since, we are starting to get a little bit less busy as my 2 older sons have graduated from high school now, and I just have 1 son still at home. And so things have just changed, right? And I imagine my memory keeping will reflect that also. So now I need to add the dates, as you can see, because obviously I've got my journaling, I've got my embellishments, I've got my photos. And so these are some alphabet stickers that I received in a paper person kit. And I actually really like these a whole lot. And so I'm going to use them to add the dates across the top. And so you can see I probably should have taken the middle out of the 8 and the 9 for 28 and 29, but I just didn't. It just didn't feel like I wanted to do that right then. And then I'm going to use the same alphas down at the bottom to notate a couple of activities that I wanted to make mention of. And I like that I used the same alphas from the top and the bottom. They sort of tie together really nicely in the end. And that's kind of my premise in the end for both planning, memory keeping, all of it, is that really I'm most focused on the end product. So I try to, if there's areas that I'm not really sure about, like at the time, like, I don't know about that. I try to just sort of adopt a wait and see approach, unless I hate it, that's different. But I try to adopt a wait and see approach because it's about the finished product. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in the box below and I will do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much and make it a great day.